Have you ever felt called to a place, a feeling that you just can't explain? This feeling deep inside of you that eats at you day and night. If you've ever felt this, then you kind of get an idea of what I was feeling when I moved from Kansas City, Missouri to Mobile, Alabama. Today I want to give you the full story because once you hear the ending, I think you'll get a good indication of what living in Mobile is all about. There are a lot of things that interested me about Mobile, but there is one reason I moved here and I don't want you to miss it. This is Moving Mobile and I'm your host, David Beasley. The year was 2019. I was a senior in high school and I was trying to decide where I wanted to go to college. For those of you keeping track, that makes me 23 currently. I know that's pretty young to be getting involved in real estate, but this is my passion. Anyway, my college search, I was looking for a small Baptist school because I knew that I wanted to go into ministry after I graduated. During this time, my dad pointed out to me the University of Mobile, which is in Mobile. The first thing I noticed about the city of Mobile was its geographic location. Now, I grew up loving the beach, but as you probably know, Kansas City is landlocked. The closest thing I ever got to a beach day was an occasional trip to Lake Viking, which does not qualify. Mobile's proximity to the beach definitely piqued my interest and caused me to do more digging for myself. The second thing that I noticed about Mobile was the city's size. I've always enjoyed the wide variety of entertainment that a city can offer, but I never saw myself living in some huge metropolitan area like New York City. Honestly, when I saw the population of Mobile, I thought to myself, this is the perfect size for me. The last thing I noticed about Mobile was its proximity to places that I had never personally been to before. New Orleans, Tuscaloosa, and Birmingham were all places that I'd heard about, but I never got to visit. They seemed so foreign, almost like a different country to me. In fact, when I visited, the South as a whole felt like a totally different world. This change of scenery and culture really excited me. I saw the potential for a totally new life for myself, and I took it. Now fast forward 4 years to my college graduation. Since living in Mobile, I got the education that I was seeking in worship and in real estate. I met all my lifelong friends, I grew personally and spiritually, and most of all, I met the girl that I was going to marry just 2 weeks later. All that to say, this city has been transformational for my life. This is why I love getting to educate and inform you about how awesome this place is, and I really appreciate you watching and taking interest. If you want to support what I'm doing here, honestly, leaving a like would mean so much to me. Okay, so all of these personal growths and development for my life happened in Mobile, but you might be thinking they could have happened anywhere else. Maybe you think I could have stayed in Missouri and met someone I loved, or I could have moved to a different place and had all the same results, but I would beg to differ. In the last video, I made the comment that where you lived really mattered, as in your house, but all the areas around where you live is vitally important too. This is why you've probably heard countless times many different realtors say that the three most important things of any piece of real estate are location, location, location. See, I believe there's a deep connection to us and our surroundings. The sights, the smells, the architecture, the churches, schools, events, parades, sports, restaurants, they all have a tiny piece of what we like to call life. And all of these things are centered around where you live. If you don't get out of bed in the morning and get excited to see your neighbors, joyful about where you work, or just happy about the world around you, then do something about it. Albert Einstein says that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Maybe you need the shakeup that I had. Maybe moving to Mobile will turn your life around and be the difference that you've been dreaming of. Now, I know that getting up and moving isn't nearly as simple once you start getting a family involved. There's a lot more moving pieces when several lives converge under one roof. Now, I don't pretend to understand all the complexities that go on in your life, but I'm here as a friend, educator, and realtor to any questions that you might have. I want to help you get down here. If you currently live in Mobile, please consider leaving a comment for those that are considering a move down here. Tell them what you love about the city. I want to hear your story, whether you lived here your whole life or you just moved here last week. We're still going to get to the main reason I moved to Mobile, but first, I want to talk about 3 reflective questions you need to ask if you're considering a move down here. The first is pretty simple. It's, am I happy where I am? This question is really for the person that's asking, should I move or should I not move? If you don't love where you live, to me, this question is pretty easy. Now, you may not love Mobile either, so you need to make sure you do some research before you move. That's what this channel's for. Now, if you think you do love the area you live, just not maybe your house or your apartment, you might consider relocating within your city. The second question I think you should reflect on is, what am I looking for in my new hometown? Do you want quaint or do you want lively? Do you want a variety of options or do you want a single hotspot? Are you looking for a place to retire or a place to start a new life? What values do you want the city you live in to hold? Dig deep and answer these questions, and if what I talk about in each of my videos resonates with you, pack your bag and let's be neighbors. You're in the right spot if you're looking for education on the city of Mobile. I also want to note that the different towns and neighborhoods within Mobile all have different feels that might match what you need better, which is why I do videos describing each of them such as these, so you get an idea of which would be the right fit for you. The last question I want you to ask yourself is, what do I want to accomplish with this move? Are you trying to get closer to family? Are you trying to get out of your small town? Are you wanting or hoping that the change of scenery will make you a better father, brother, sister, mother, daughter? What are you trying to accomplish? And is Mobile the place you see these dreams coming to fruition? Now, I know these are all really, really deep questions. If you live in Mobile, you might not think this is so scary, but if you're considering a move here, you might be beginning to realize the risk that is being taken. Whether you were offered a job here, you're looking to move closer to family, or you're just seeking a life change, I believe if you reflect on these 3 questions, you will make the best informed decision. Okay, so here's the end of my story and the one thing that really drew me to Mobile. When I was touring other colleges, we looked at a lot of other options. My dad and I took a trip all the way down here, and we planned on touring his alma mater on the way home, Southwest Baptist University. I was really thrilled about living in Mobile, but I couldn't quite understand how I was going to afford the move, much less college. I made a comment about going and seeing his school, and my dad said back to me, "David, let's not waste our time. I know this is where you belong." And remember, this is his alma mater we're talking about. It was also 10 hours closer to where he lived. So he had every reason to push me to go there, but he didn't, because he knew that there was something deeper drawing me here. So the one reason that I moved to Mobile was that pull, that call, that unshakable feeling that this was the place that I was supposed to be. We have a word for this deeply ingrained feeling: home. If you want to call Mobile home, please reach out to me. If you're interested in knowing all the nitty-gritty details about the city, go check out some of my other videos on this channel. I'm going to leave 2 right here for you to choose from. I'll see you there.